Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of Numbsters by Milan Zivkovic. This is an 18 card game published by Buttonshy. I have the rulebook here. This is a one-player game, ages 8 and up, and takes about 10 minutes. So if you haven't heard of Numbsters, this game is, I guess, somewhat of a hand management card game. So you'll have 18 cards in your hand, and 8 is kind of like the star of this game, only because it's going to determine whether or not you're going to win this game. So to set up, you would shuffle the deck without the 8, and then you're going to draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to flip over this 8 and shuffle it with those 6 cards. So just put it in the center, and then I will shuffle. Okay. So this is my hand. This is the deck. And let's just put this here. So the point of this game is to eat all the cards in your hand so that at the end of the game, you will have just one mouth, which is the number 8, and one Numbster on top of it. So that's how you win the game. So I could lose the game if the stack has more than 2 cards and nothing can be eaten during the eat step, and the mouth is on top of the stack at the end of the turn. So to understand what the stack is and what the eat step is, I'll go through the gameplay. So basically, the stack is what's going to be in my hand. I'll be holding it, although you could have it face up in your in front of you. So we'll have these, well, currently it's 7 cards, and these 7 cards will be in a specific order. After you shuffle it, you wouldn't really be able to rearrange it once you shuffle it. So this is going to be the order of my cards in my hand. And again, this is called your stack. In terms of gameplay, there's going to be 3 things you do. You're going to draw a card and place it at the top of the stack, which will be on this side for me. This is how I have it fanned out. So the top of the stack will be here. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll draw 1 card from the deck and place it right on top. And then there's an optional step called move. And when you move, you can do one of 2 things. First one is move 1 card to another position in the stack. So I could decide to move the 8 in between the 2 and 3. I could decide to move the 9 right ahead of the 8. So I can move 1 card anywhere in this stack, including the number 8, which is the mouth. Or I could swap 2 cards in the stack. So say I want to swap the 11 and the 3, or the 1 and the 9. So I could swap 2 cards in my hand. And then the last step is to eat. So when you eat, a single Numbster must eat another according to the eating rules. If nothing is eaten, you lose. So you have to eat on your turn. So some of the basic eating rules is that if 2 sequential numbers surround the mouth, the smaller one eats the bigger one. So say the 8 was between the 1 and 2, the 1 would eat the number 2. So the 2 would be discarded. If the number 2 and 3 were surrounding the mouth, the 2 would eat the 3 because 3 is larger than 2. So that's really the basic way that eating works if there's consecutive numbers surrounding the number 8. There are special eating rules. And in that case, you might follow some of the rules on the top card of your stack. So after you decide whether or not you want to move cards around, it is the eat phase. So you can decide to use this top card and only this top card's action. So for instance, this 11 says, even Numbster eats smaller Numbster. So say the 8 was between the 14 and the 9. Say it was in between the 14 and the 9. The 14 would eat the 9 because the 14 satisfies the even Numbster, and the smaller Numbster will be satisfied by the 9. So in this case, 14 will eat the 9. Hopefully that all makes sense. After you use the action of the card on top of your stack, you move it to the back of the stack, and then you start a new turn. And that's only if you use that action when you eat. If you don't end up using the top card's action when you eat, maybe you have a consecutive number sandwiching the 8, then you would not move the top card to the back of the stack. All right. So I think those are all the rules for us to just dive in. You should have 8 cards in your hand now, like I do, if you're following along. And let's see what we will do to try to win the game. So really the strategy here is to get 2 final consecutive numbers to surround the number 8 or be among the stack by the end of the turn to win the game. All right. So I'm going to move the 8 to here. And then I will use the number 11 action. Even Numbster eats smaller Numbster. So 14 will eat number 9, so I'll discard number 9. And then the 11 will go to the back. New turn, I'll draw. So number 12. Do I want to move anything? I don't think I want to use the 12. So I'll move this maybe right here, just in case I want to use it later, although it will be covered up by the card I draw. But anyway, that was my move. I'm going to use the number 5 action. Odd Numbster eats bigger Numbster. So the odd is a 3 and the bigger Numbster is a 14. So the 14 will be discarded. I'll move the 5 to the back. And then it's the next turn. Draw a card. Top of the stack. This rule says double-digit Numbster eats single-digit Numbster. I guess this is fine. I won't move anything. I'm going to keep it here and say that I use this number 6 action and say that 11 eats number 3 because a 3 is a single digit and 11 is a double digit. So discard the 3, move the 6 to the back, draw a card. This one says bigger sequential Numbster eats smaller. So instead of the other way around that it usually is, you could eat the smaller one. I'm not sure I really care to do that right now, but I'm going to end up moving the 10 here as my move action, and then I'll utilize the 12 action. Even Numbster eats bigger even Numbster. So the 2 is going to eat the 10 in this case. Move it to the back, draw. All right, so odd Numbster eats smaller odd Numbster. I think I'll move the 8 here, and then I'll have the 1 eat the 2, just using the sequential eating rules. Then I'll draw. This says smallest Numbster in the stack eats even Numbster. Okay, so the smallest one would be the 1, and the even Numbster could be the number 12. So I'll move the 12 right here. And then I'll utilize the action for number 16. Smallest Numbster in the stack eats even Numbster. So 1 will eat 12. Move that to the back and draw. So this one says odd Numbster eats bigger odd Numbster. So I think that works here. I'll go ahead and just skip the move and say odd Numbster is the 1 and bigger odd Numbster is the 11. So 11 will be discarded. Move the 4 to the back. And draw. All right, so number 15, even Numbster eats double digit Numbster. Okay, I'll move the 8 to be between the 4 and 16. Utilizing this even Numbster eats double digit Numbster, so 4 will eat the 16. Moving this to the back and draw. Odd Numbster eats double digit Numbster. I don't think I'll end up being able to use this. Let's see if there's any other action. Okay, I'll move the 1 to the front and utilize this action. The even Numbster eats smaller even Numbster, so 6 will eat the 4. Move the 1 to the back, draw. Even Numbster eats bigger Numbster. I think that works. No moving needed, so 6 will eat the 15. Discard the 15, move 17 to the back. Last card in the draw pile. 18, odd Numbster eats smaller Numbster. So, I'll move the 13 here, and I'll make the 13 eat the 1. Move the 18 to the back. So being that there's no deck to draw from, you don't draw, you just continue playing until hopefully you meet the winning criteria of consecutive numbers with the number 8 in the stack. So I'm going to want to preserve 17, 18, or 6, 5, or 6, 7. So I will say I'm leaving this as is, using the number 7. Odd number eats smaller odd number, so 17 will eat 13. I'll move the 7 to the back. Odd Numbster eats bigger Numbster. I guess I'll go ahead and move the 8 here. And the 7 is the odd Numbster. 18 will be the bigger Numbster. 18 is eaten. I'll move the 5 to the back. Double digit Numbster eats single digit Numbster. I'm going to actually move this 5 up here and say odd Numbster eats bigger Numbster. So I'm going to say that the 7 eats the 17. This 5 moves to the back. Very close here. I'm going to move. Ooh, I'm stuck. I don't think these were the right cards to have, but I'll do the 6. Instead of using action, I won't move. I also, no, I will move. I'll swap the location of these 2 cards, I think. No, I won't. I'll put that back. Sorry. Okay, so a smaller will eat the larger one. Sequential. Yes, so I'm going to leave it as is, and I think I do win the game. So 6 will eat 7. That's the turn. And then I'll end up with these 3 cards, and then I win the game. So in the rulebook, it says winning the game if the stack contains only the mouth and 1 Numbster on top of it. Oh, wait, okay. 1 Numbster on top. Okay, so I have to just complete this real quick. So let me just swap the location of these 2 cards and then do the sequential eating. 6 is going to be eaten. And now I've won because the 5 is on top and 8 is in the back. Because it does say if the stack contains only the mouth and 1 Numbster on top of it, you win the game. And so I won. So yeah, that was a quick game of Numbsters. If you're not, talking through all your moves, you'll probably get this game completed within just 10 minutes, if that. But yeah, I like this game. It's very easy to play. And winning is not too hard, but I think really the fun of it is getting there. Knowing that hopefully you will end up winning. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this solo playthrough of Numbsters. I will do some more Button Shy solo playthroughs on my channel. If you're interested in that, definitely think about subscribing. And also I'll be interested in learning about your favorite Button Shy or overall like micro games with 18 cards. Let me know in the comments below what your favorites are to play solo. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.